Hey everyone, it's Marmar here, back for another video, and I decided to intro this before the actual intro just to say that there is a few parts to this video. The first half is me introducing the DIY hair ties. Second part is me working out in the DIY hair ties and trying them out for you. And the third is my final thoughts and opinions on the hair ties. Okay, please enjoy. Here's the video. Mwah. Howdy everyone, it's Marina. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today is a very special day because I am finally testing out the DIY hair ties. For those of you who don't know, I am an athlete at Sam Houston State University. I do volleyball and run track there, and I have been obsessed with these little DIY hair ties that I've seen all over the internet for different athletes. I first started to notice these hair ties during the NCAA Women's Volleyball National Tournament. One of my friends plays for the University of Houston, and I saw her in one of these hair ties, and I asked her where she got it, and she linked me to DIY. So I decided I would make a little video out of it, test the durability of these hair ties. I went on the DIY website and purchased two different colors of the regular DIYs. I got the burnt orange and midnight colors. I thought I would go ahead and show you how I set up this one, just in case you're new and you don't really know what to do with this hair tie. I first start by cutting my long strand straight out of the package in half. So there we have two different possibilities of hair ties. You can cut them into more if you want, but I have found this is what works best for me. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this around my four fingers 3 times and tie it off like so. One thing I really love about these hair ties is how soft, and I know everyone says this in review videos, but high quality these really feel. On the regular, I use little spiral tele ties. There's supposed to be no creasing hair ties. I haven't used a real rubber band in a long time just because I do not like the little section where the rubber band breaks. So that is one thing that I really love about the DIY hair ties. I think they're very original. So this is how I tied my first little section of the DIY. I'm going to do a bigger loop here just because I like a bigger hair tie as well, so I'm gonna tie this one off, and then I have two different hair ties. I don't know if I mentioned how much each hair tie actually cost. It's about $8 per long strand. They also come in they call it the Pro pack, and it's basically a super long piece of elastic. I think next time if I were to purchase these again, I would go for that, just because. We're gonna go ahead and do some simple math. For those of you who don't know, the regular DIY is $8 while the Pro pack is $12, and you get literally 4 times the elastic of the Pro pack from the original, and that's like 20 more hair ties. Alrighty, I have my 2 DIY hair ties tied. For my workout portion of this video, I use the mini loops. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this video over to Marina from the past so we can try out these hair ties for the first time. Good morning, everyone. It is December 28th and I am testing out the black hair tie. I'm excited because I have a cycling class planned, and I'm also going to try to go to Body Flow, which is like yoga Pilates in one. So we're gonna see how the hair tie holds up in between those classes, because one is at 9:30 to 10, the other is 10:30 to 11:30. I'm super excited to finally get to test out the hair tie and see how it holds up in some activity. So let's go ahead and put this black hair tie in my hair. So again, this is my setup for the DIY hair tie. I did 4 loops and 2 little bunny ears. I might cut those a little bit in a second. I'm gonna test it out today and see how it works. But when I said these were the softest hair ties I've ever felt, they just feel really high quality and really like soft and nice to touch. Time for the ponytail. First impressions of the DIY hair tie. Feels really good on the head, but my hair is so thin and soft, and there's a lot of it, that I can already feel the 8 bands slipping down my head. I think I'm going to take it out and re-tie the band a little bit tighter just so I can have that snatched feeling, because like I said, I can feel it slipping down my head, kind of like a droopy ponytail, which we don't want here. So I'm gonna go ahead, retie the band a little bit tighter, and be back. So I've retied my TIY to make a long tail. We're gonna go ahead and try it on the head. I don't know how this is gonna work. It feels really tight. I don't know if I've just messed up, but let's see. Okay, I just finished this ponytail with the mini 4 loops, and I gotta say, I'm obsessed. It did feel a little tight going on, so we'll see how that is when I take my ponytail out. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my workout. I will update you halfway through the first workout on my phone, and we're gonna see how it lasts. So let's head to the gym. This little voiceover because my mic messed up in the audio of my post-class wrap-up. I just finished up. At the gym, I only got a few random clips of me in class, but first up was my cycling class. I walked in and was surrounded by 80-something-year-olds and thought it was going to be a leisurely spin class. The name of the workout was called Sprint, and it was 30 minutes of death. The old people in the class definitely had a higher RPM than me. It was actually insane. I worked my butt off in that class and walked out with my leg shaking. The DIY hairstyle worked out pretty well. I am not kidding when I say I was throwing my head around trying to catch my breath, and it didn't budge, like at all. More on this later. The next class was Body Flow with Natalia. Body Flow is basically yoga, Pilates, and Tai Chi. It was a nice class for recovery after spin. I was chilling for about 40 minutes of the class when suddenly my head started hurting so bad. I realized my hair tie was so tight on my head I had to take it out and retie it. It felt like my hair was being ripped out of my head. So as you saw, those two workouts were my first encounter and usage of the DIY hair ties. I had pretty mixed reviews because I just don't think I had enough experience with how to tie the hair tie for my hair needs. And I've found now that I really like these two methods of tying, the mini loop and the big loop, for different situations. A few things that I really love about these hair ties and the innovation of it all is basically just the simplicity and how easy you can change out the hair tie if it's not fitting for you. You can work to untie it from here, but you can also just pull at the loops and adjust them yourself, and I really love that because at first I had no idea how I needed to tie these for my hair, and I figured it out pretty quickly in those first two workouts. So being a D1 athlete, do I recommend these hair ties? I would think yes. I think that if I were to purchase these again, I would need to get the Pro Pack because I lose hair ties a lot. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.